The project, to me, was prompted by the knowledge that some golfers weren't being included into golf clubs and being able to play their normal game. They were being excluded. I felt that was abhorrent and I wanted to do something about it. I'm a member of Uphall Golf Club, been a member there for 44 years, and I felt our golf club was very inclusive in the community and we could do something to raise awareness.
So I did some background research, discovered that there was actually some material related to World Alzheimer's Day of a gentleman in Singapore, would you believe, in actual fact, who had been included within golf and found this to be really, really helpful. So I pulled together a small team of guys that I thought might well be interested in putting something together. And we spent about a year in the planning of our golf event. We hoped to achieve three things in actual fact. The golf was about inclusion, about creating an equal environment for people with dementia to come and play golf, enjoy the competition of golf, enjoy the camaraderie of the day and the presentation event, enjoy being part of something where dementia was not the first priority, but that people with dementia would feel totally accepted.
The day itself was quite emotional at the end. We had two people with dementia who participated in the day, who spoke quite freely about their enjoyment of the day, and that was a very emotional experience for the people who were there. I think they were quite surprised what they heard.
I first saw something about the Football Reminiscence project on our staffnet, and I got in touch and asked if they'd be interested in working with the football club, as we were looking to kind of open up the community club and build relationships out with. And we were looking for our fans to help us by, giving us photographs that could be used, which they did. They brought lots of stuff along. We had it in the press. They came along and brought their photos. We scanned them in and used them for the bank for the Football Reminiscence project. So it was really successful.
One person mentions a player's name and suddenly somebody else is speaking about that player and a game he played maybe that he remembered, or another story about a player. I think as well, in those times football players were maybe more accessible to people, so they might have met them in the town or something like that, and that these stories come out as well. But the match programme, the website are constantly having stories about it, and people are from the Dundee supporters are then bringing in old photographs that we can scan and add to the database. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting much of it when we asked for them. I wasn't expecting that much, but some of the stuff people are bringing in, very personal stuff. Some ex-players' sons bringing in photographs of his dad that really nobody else is going to have, but they're bringing them in and donating them to that, and it's something that really, I think it says a lot about Dundee fans and a lot about probably football fans in general.
It's been so fulfilling when I see the work they put into it, and I get the easy job of being the kind of figurehead because being an ex-player, but they're the ones that do all the hard work, and then I just come in to help and go visiting some of the people that are involved, that have suffered from Alzheimer. And it's really good when you show them old photographs and they remember different things. So it's good for me, fulfilling, and it's good for the club. And I think it helps the relatives of the people that are ill.
What prompted the cafe was the team had taken over the memory service a few years ago, and we had managed to get the diagnostic process cut down, the time from referral to diagnosis cut down to about 8 weeks. So what we were looking for was what happened after that, after the diagnosis was made, and we were very aware that there wasn't a great deal. The main goal was to follow the dementia strategy and to follow the Alzheimer's 5-pillar approach to post-diagnostic care. What we were trying to look for was to give people information and advice at a time of their choosing, and we wanted to complement the other services that were also available in Motherwell. So we wanted to have something that was an informal setting, but something that was very different from what was available.
It has actually impacted. Our referrals have went up because people wouldn't necessarily go straight to their GP, with a problem with their memory, but they would maybe come into the cafe, have a cup of tea, coffee, and that would prompt them then to go to their GP. So our referrals have definitely went up.
I think the cafe has had an impact on many levels. We see individuals, some of whom are in tears when they leave the cafe with gratitude that they finally have been pointed in the right direction, maybe towards a diagnosis of a friend or relative, or they maybe have an established diagnosis of dementia and they feel they're not alone and there's peer support and help out there for them. But on a wider viewpoint, a lot of things have happened on the back of the cafe. For example, we're now involved in Motherwell becoming a dementia friendly community, which we don't think would have happened had the cafe not been in place.